Hello again! Today I'm gonna show you the diagnostic functions that you can find in the Find and Replace menu in GXWorks 3. And here is a little hint. There is much more than the one function Find and Replace itself. It has much more to offer. We will start with 4 basic functions that will help you to move across the project, find particular places and fix the problems. Then we will level up and move to more complex functions. With all of these tools, it will be easier for you to manage your registers, labels, and the general data flow of entire application. So let's move into software. The first function is very common, and it's Find Replace function itself. It helps to find register or label or even a string in a project and easily replace it with other register or name. It can be used, for example, in situation when you are copying parts of the program and you need to shift some registers or labels, or if you want to find them in a project. This function can be found under Find Replace menu. New window will appear on the right side. In the first field, we put the phrase that we want to find. In my case, it's label jog reverse, which is part of structure servo Y. By clicking button all find, we receive list of all labels with searched name. We can use replace all button to replace all of the labels by one click. Of course, first we have to specify the new name of the replaced label here. Or we can click button Find Next that shows them one by one. So let's try to find and replace some label. Simple function, but very useful. Let's move to another one. Cross-reference function. Looks quite similar, but here the idea is to list all occurrences of device or label with more details. This is very helpful when you need to check quickly all references of exact label or device. This function is located also in Find Replace menu. In the new window that appear at the bottom, we can enter the name that we are looking for, but more easily we can use the mouse right click to quickly search for selected one. So let's try it. As you can see, we have listed all occurrences of that label, and we can click options where we can find more detailed filtering. The next very useful tool in GXWorks 3 is searching for unused labels function. This one finds labels that have label declaration but are not used in program. Function can be found as well in Find Replace menu. So here we can easily search for unused labels across entire project. As you can see, we receive the table with all labels that have declaration but are not used in program. There is also similar function called device list function, where you can find all devices which are not used or used in the project. Device list can be found again in Find Replace menu, and it's very helpful for debugging. For example, let's check the M registers starting from M0. Here you can easily check if the register was used, how many times, and in what context, or if register was not used at all. You can also change some filtering options and filter only unused registers, and then we will have the same result as with the previous function. Now, as promised, we will move to more advanced, complex and sophisticated functions. But those are still easy to implement, don't worry. With those functions, you will be able to visualize the data flow in your entire application, and it will be easier for you to understand the dependencies between particular parts of it. This function is also in Find Replace menu, but better option, again, is to use the mouse right click and just open the data flow analysis. In data flow analysis window, we can find a nice diagram which shows on which data our label has influence, and of course, which data has influence on our label. We can easily expand a diagram to see more detailed information, and by double click on exact label, device or function block, we can jump directly to the part of the program where this data is used. Okay, it's time for last function, program configuration diagram, which allows you to check all instances of function blocks and the relationship between them. This function can be found in Tool menu this time. So this tool draws diagram which shows relationship between functions. Lines show the influence between all of them, so we can easily read their place in the structure of entire project. I believe that these functions will be useful for you and will make the debugging process a bit more pleasant for you. Please remember that find and replace menu in GXWorks 3 is much more than a single function. I think it's all for today, so thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!